Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah, through his son Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother, UncleK, and we're back with another one. I hope you're having a Baruch day, and I hope right now you have a sound mind and a sound heart. Now, before we get into the content, like the content, share the content, and comment down below. And if you're not a supporter, become a supporter right now. I just advise you to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. So let's get into it. Light exposes darkness. Right, you walk into a room, into a dark room, there may be a boulder sitting right in the middle of the ground. And if you take another step further, you're gonna stub your toe and you're gonna hit your shin. Now, if you turn on that light, that boulder gets exposed, right? And you're able to dodge it, right? Now, the point that I'm getting at is that as a man walking in light, walking in truth, thinking in truth, right? Meditating on the law, statutes, and commandments so you can have order, peace, direction, and shalom in your life. And that makes you masculine, right? And you realize there's a tremendous amount of darkness in this world. And by you walking in masculinity, you're walking in light, you're walking in that truth, thinking in that truth, meditating on them scriptures, the law, statutes, commandments. You reveal a lot of darkness that's within people, because a lot of people in this world are walking in darkness. And it's sad that a lot of women would rather a softer toned man, right? Because you see, when you're masculine and you're practicing semen retention, and you have taken it as a lifestyle, it has been something natural that you do. You don't go about thinking about it no more, right? You just know that you are masculine. You feel like a man. You feel like when you move around, you walk with authority, right? You feel like your feet is gripping the pavement when you step. You're not truding no more. You're not walking sluggy and slow. Your back up straight, your posture on point. You know, since you've been putting away all iniquities, you have no shame in your step, right? You have no shame in your step, right? You boast in the Most High Yah all day long. So by you walking in this masculinity, you're going to come across a lot of individuals that may be, you know, in situations, right? And, you know, you can immediately tell that this is a softer dude, right? Number one, his woman may stand in a direction where she can use her peripheral vision to peek behind her, peek to the side of her, right? While this dude is acting just like her too, right? And you see, that's because women don't want masculine men no more. Women want men that are very effeminate, right? So if you're an effeminate dude, that means that you take on the same characteristics as a woman, right? And we know in the times we're living in right now that men are losing the natural affection of women these days, right? They're doing a lot of things in secret, right? They may present themselves with a woman out in public, but in his DMs and his archives, you know, he's doing a lot of strange activities, right? And you see this all the time. This is something that you can't ignore as a man, right? That you can see the opposites, right? As a masculine man, you can pinpoint the opposites. You can pinpoint who's moving masculine and who's not, right? You can pinpoint a woman that's moving feminine and a woman that's not, right? And when they come into your presence, you tend to expose everything. You expose all darkness, right? All darkness. And it's not to say that when women are interested in you, it's not to say that they're moving in darkness, right? It's more so to say that, you know, they don't have stability in themselves, especially if they in a situation with someone, right? But when you see a man moving in a certain type of way, right? Real fidgety, his neck twisting a little too much. You know, he's doing the same the same things that a woman would do with her lips, lick her lips, a little folding at the hands, start wiping her forehead and stuff like that. If you see another man doing that, you're going to take that as a little strange, especially when your presence is being felt, right? Like when you come into the room, you got a heavy presence, right? Because you moving in strength. You shift everything in the room. You shift absolutely everything. Like you don't come in there acting like a pretty boy. You just come in there masculine. You ain't out there trying to be the best dressed. It's like you just coming in there masculine, right? And that's what sets the tone, right? You gotta have to walk in light, to walk in truth. All those things make you masculine because you stand on business, you stand on principles, you have morals, you have a conduct that you live by, you have laws, statutes, and commandments that you abide with, and you moving in that structure, right? And I'm telling y'all see this everywhere, man. Y'all see this in the gyms. When y'all go in the gyms, it's not admiration. Right, fellas, we gotta stop saying that sometimes. I know a lot of people be like, oh yeah, man, when you're on this journey, people start admiring you, right? It's like us men, like we don't get admired by another man, right? I feel like that's a little soft, right? It's a different type of text when you get motivated, right? Or you just get an extra little push by somebody that's putting in work, but meditating on them in that sense, keep looking over at them in a sense, you know what I'm saying, itching, you know what I'm saying, getting really emotional. And when I mean emotional, I mean like, your body language just start, acting up, that's a little off. And right now we talking to the man, we ain't talking to the woman, because we know if a woman is receptive to this masculine strength of ours, then we know that we already know what that is. Right, we already know that's natural, right? It's just like in the animal kingdom, right? Like a female animal, it could be like a lioness, or a female gazelle. They take on the strongest, right? They want a strong man, a strong animal, right? Male in the characteristics, so they can have strong offspring, right? It's the same thing, but just more different, because we are an intelligent species, an intelligent creation. So with that intelligence, women pick up the same thing as well too, because, animals as well too, females, they have menstruals as well too, just like humans. So when a woman senses strength, like she's very receptive to it. Masculinity, she's very receptive to it. Same concept too. When you watch these nature documentaries, you see that some of these females, they get a little intimidated when a male come through, right? They start running, they get a little fearful, right? And then the woman got to come to him and submit, like a little, like with due time. You pay attention to that. You're gonna see that if you watch nature documentaries. You're gonna see that when a woman, when it's like a predator type, not like no bird or anything like that. It's like talking about like the big cats, you know what I'm saying? Like those, or like the rams and things of that nature. When they come around an alpha, a big strong male, right? They get a little intimidated because the male, like, he be running up on her, and she gotta kind of like work her way in because she know that he's aggressive. Now for us humans, we know that we intelligent, right? And we know masculinity from the human perspective. We take on a peace characteristic as well as strength. Like we got all the control, right? And they're the ones that come to us automatically. We don't be out here chasing no cat, right? So we already know that's normal. But when you see a dude acting up like that, you come into the presence, you may go into a little spot, try and get a little something to drink. You might want to treat yourself to a little sushi or something like that, a little salmon and avocado sushi, or you just out in the grocery store, you getting something to cook back at the house, you going on your little cardio walk after the gym, something light, you going to the park, getting some sunlight. You know what I'm saying? You might be out here doing some extra work. You may be door dashing, Grubhubbing, Instacart, something like that. You come into the presence of somebody that's in a so-called relationship, right? In the situation, because that's what we calling it. It's like a situation. you're gonna see that the men start acting up. Like he start looking at you a certain type of way. Like the female's already giving you automatic already, and you're not too concerned about that. But then you seeing the man, like he getting really emotional, like you making him feel some type of way. And it's not to say that that's what it is, but it's something unclean in that man, right? Because you doing all things clean. Are you eating clean? You with them dietary laws, right? You love thy neighbor, all that, right? You being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So when you see them moving that certain type of way, it don't really affect you. You just be paying attention, right? And you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't be trying to point them out like, hey man, what you looking at? You know? Nah, we real peaceful with it. We let that light shine bright on him, so he already know about his flaws. Automatic. You don't gotta say nothing. When you walking in this light, you don't gotta say nothing. And when you see a dude that's acting real effeminate like that, and he looking at you, acting a little crazy, and then looking away, and then, you know, he itching and all that, it's crazy. It's crazy because when you come into a spot and you walk in there with that presence, it's real calm, but real dense. Presence real strong, real loud. You know, everybody reacting, right? As soon as the woman look behind her shoulder, because she feel it automatic. That's the female senses. She look automatic, boom. And then the dude look too. And then he's the one looking. He's the one reacting now. He get extra talkative. You see, a lot of these dudes, they not masculine in their covenants. That's why the woman is not in lock. You see, when you're masculine, your woman is locked in. Because you're masculine. For real. Man. See, these days, man, women want dudes that's soft. Just so they could, you know, sit on the couch and watch movies all day. Watch Will and Grace all day. Watch Sex in the City all day and gossip. Right? Crazy. They be on the couch watching Friends. For real. Crazy. But yeah, fellas, you know, just stay vigilant, man, because it's a lot of confusion out here, man. And I know sometimes y'all may want to get a little rowdy in these streets because of iniquity, but you know, vengeance is the Most High's Yah. So let that light shine bright, and whatever they got going on with themselves, we're gonna reflect right back at them. Like however they feeling, it's all on them. It's not on you. All right. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah through His Son Yahushua HaMashiach. It's your brother UncleK. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like, share, become a supporter if you're not a supporter already, and comment down below, man. Y'all continue to have a Baruch day, and I'm gonna see y'all soon, Most High willing. But for now, peace.